Hey folks, JR, back for another episode of Echoes of Shannon Street Case File. It's going to be episode 20. This is Brother. I'm going to be doing negotiations in this episode. We're going to have Lindberg's brother and a couple of his friends at one point or another throughout negotiations trying to talk to him. Today his friend George is going to try to talk to him, his brother Thomas. Before we get into that, we're going to listen to a clip from Shannon Street Echoes Under a Blood Red Moon. And then we're going to dive right into the negotiations, see if they get any better, any more productive than they have been, and they have not been productive. In fact, they have been a non-starter during the entire time. All right, let's get into this.
100, 150, 200 officers are standing out there listening to Bobby screaming. Well, I mean, they violated the first rule of the job is if a police officer calls for help, we're going to help him. And they weren't allowed to do that.
All right, this is going to be the bottom of page 4 of the Negotiators log. 0251 hours. Hester is screaming, then calls out for help. 0252, Cruz gets Lindberg on phone. 0253, Lindberg hangs up on Cruz. 0255, Cruz tries to contact Lindberg by radio. Phone off the hook. 0259, Unitel set wire to Cruz. Tape 1, side 1 started. 0300, Thomas Macklin talking to Lindberg by phone. Now Thomas Macklin is his brother. Page 1, tape number 8, side number 2, start 0241 hours, finish 0300 hours, date 11283, Foxtrot 1 North. Brother. Lynn, this is Brother. Would you mind picking up the radio so I can holler at you a minute, please? This is your brother. Would you mind picking up the radio so I can speak to you for a minute? Or put the phone on the receiver. Can you hear me? Do you hear me? This is your brother. Do you mind saying something? I know you know I am old. Would you hang the phone up so I can talk to you a minute? They can't get you on the radio and they're trying to get you on the phone. This is your brother. Can I say just a few words? Do you mind me saying that? Would you please say something on the radio or put the phone on the hook so we can make a call in and say something? Do you mind saying something? You know, we're worried about you. Your whole family is upset. Do you mind saying something? Could you talk to me? This is your brother. Do you mind saying something? Because I'm about the only one they will let me talk to you. Hang the phone up so I can call and talk to you. This is your brother, so I can say a few words to you. Do you mind? Please put the phone on the hook. Long pause. Parker. Lynn, wait a minute. You know you are not supposed to be doing that. Lynn, talk to me on the radio. I know you can hear me. Talk to me. Your brother is here and he wants to talk to you. I need to talk to you. Lynn, now you don't need to be doing that. You know you are not supposed to be doing that type thing. You said you want to talk to me, Lynn. You talked to me a minute ago on the telephone. How about talking to me on the radio? Talk to me, Lynn. I need to talk to you. Pick up the radio and talk to me, Lynn. Lynn, how about picking up the radio and talking to me? Pick up the radio, Lynn. Talk to me. Earl, you got the radio in there? How about pushing down the button and talking to me for a minute? Need you to push it down. Come on, Lynn. You know you're not going to resolve anything by hurting that man in there. You know that man is not the devil. How about talking to me on the radio and let's get this thing resolved? Come on, Lynn. Talk to me. You are the leader of that group in there. Talk to me for a minute. You said just a second ago, talk to me. Come on, Lynn, talk to me now. Pick up your radio and talk to me. Hang up the telephone. We need to talk back to you. Your brother wants to talk to you again. Hang the telephone up. Long pause. Wants to talk to you again on the radio. Tape goes dead. Page 1. Negotiation tape. Time 02:45 hours. Tape number 1. Foxtrot 1. Negotiators, Walter Cruz. Negotiator. Lynn, if you got the radio in there, how about pushing the button down, talking to me for a minute? Talk to me when you push it down. Pick the radio up, Lynn, and talk to me. You are the leader of the group in there. Talk to me for a minute. Remember what we said on the telephone just a second ago. Talk to me. Come on, Lynn, talk to me now. Pick up the radio and talk to me. Hang up the telephone, Lynn. We need to talk back to you. Your brother wants to talk to you again. Hang it up. Thomas wants to talk to you. Pick up the radio. Lynn, pick the radio up and talk to me now. Thomas wants to talk to you on the telephone. Hang the telephone up. Your brother wants to talk to you again. Now hang the phone up. Try the number, Mike. Hang the phone up, Lynn. Still busy. Come on, Lynn. Pick up the radio and talk to me now. I know you can hear me in there. You heard Thomas tell you to hang the phone up a little while ago, so you must be hearing the radio. Pick up the radio and talk to me. And then how about picking up the radio and talking to me for a minute? Thomas wants to say something to you. What did you say? Push the mic button in and talk to me, Lynn. Bring Thomas back up here. Thomas wants to talk to you now. How about hanging the phone up, letting him call you on the phone? Hang the phone up now, Lynn. Thomas wants to talk to you on the phone. Tommy, do you remember how to work the radio? Yes, sir. There is the button you push. Call him again and tell him to hang up the phone. You want to try him on the phone? Thomas. Hey, this is brother. Lindberg, hang the phone up. Phone is ringing. Subject, hello? Thomas, who is speaking? Subject, who you want to talk to? Thomas, Lindberg. Subject, you got the wrong number. Thomas, who is speaking? Subject, Mac. Thomas, who? Subject, this is MacMe residence. Lindberg don't stay here. Thomas, okay, thank you. Negotiator, what did he say? Thomas, said Lindberg don't stay here. Negotiator, okay, maybe we dialed the wrong number. Dials again, gets a busy signal. Thomas, Lindberg, this is your brother speaking. Really, what do you want? I really don't want to hurt y'all. If y'all would talk to me on the phone. Page 2, tape number 1, side number 1. Negotiator, that's okay. Thomas, please, do you mind speaking to me on the phone? That way nobody get hurt so we can negotiate with you. Do you mind coming to the phone? Line is still busy. Hold the button in till the red light comes on, Tommy, then talk. Thomas, please, do you mind putting the phone on the hook? Please, we are trying their best to negotiate. They don't want anybody hurt, Lynn. They don't want the officer hurt, and they don't nobody hurt inside the house. And we really don't want you to get hurt, Lynn. Do you mind putting the phone on the hook so we can call you? Lynn, please do that for me. Lynn, this is your brother. They want to come to some kind of arrangement. They also don't want nobody to get hurt, so they can help you. Dials the number again. Lynn, this is your brother. Who do you want to talk to? I know you want to talk to me. Hang the phone back up. Negotiator. Who do you think would be the next best person to talk to Lynn? Thomas. My mother might. He might listen to her. Negotiator. What about Dorothy? Thomas. He might answer the phone. Negotiator. Now we don't want him to talk to anyone that would get him excited. Would your mother excite him? Thomas. Well, you know how upset she is. Negotiator. What about your sister? She is his daughter, right? Thomas. Yeah. If we get somebody on the phone, but once he gets on the phone, need to, Negotiator, have Morgan on the phone? Thomas. Need to get Morgan on the phone right away. Negotiator. But have had Morgan up all night. Thomas. If you could get him back over here, if any way possible. We don't want to see that officer hurt. We don't want to see him hurt, you know? Negotiator. Lynn, is there anyone you need to talk to? If there is, let me know who you want to talk to, Lynn. What do you think about the daughter? Do you think it might excite him? Seems like every time we get him to respond, he takes it out on Hester. Yeah, that is right. Even you know. If he talks on the radio for any period of time, he starts taking it out on Hester. Want us to hear Hester on the radio hollering. Lynn, we want to make sure that everyone in the house is okay. You can tell me whether or not is okay in the house. Are you okay, Lynn? Come on, man, pick up the radio and talk to me. Tell me whether or not you are okay. Now, his mother is taking it real hard. She is an amputee, had a leg removed due to diabetes, and the father is a double amputee as a result of diabetes. So I don't think the mother would be, she is real excited anyway, and I don't think she would be of any help. Someone called, as you know, said the one to help would be the sister, and she is somewhere in Mexico. This sister that is in here, the older. Page 3, tape number 1, side number 1, Negotiator. Is possibly not that close to him. He is very agitated. Yeah, he sure is. His wife said he could stay agitated for a couple of days. Well, eventually, it has been this way since Friday. She ran off last week. He must have come down and got back up again. Give it another shot. Page 1, tape number 1, side number 2. Negotiator. How about a little cooperation from you? How about picking up? Inaudible. Hear only a tone. Talk on the telephone, Lynn. Pick up the phone. Talk to me. That is what it is. You are exactly right. That is good. No, let's just listen. He hung the phone up and he took it back off the hook, see? So he doesn't know that. What did you tell me? The Red Cross is right across the road there. This is Mr. Jordan, you said. I'm going to hold this police radio, Mr. George. I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to press the button, and I want you to talk into it like you are talking on the telephone, and I want you to try and get Lindberg to pick up the telephone. We got a telephone there, but he won't pick it up on his end. But we understand he trusts you, George. I hope he will. Negotiator. Okay, we'll tell him who you are. Talk very loud. Right? Start. George. Who am I calling? Negotiator. Tell him Lindberg. Tell him who you are. George. Lindberg. Lindberg. This is George. Lindberg, this is George. Lindberg. Lindberg. Negotiator. Tell him to pick up the telephone. George. Pick up the telephone and talk with me. Negotiator. Now let's see if he does. Negotiator. Lindberg, that was George. He wants to talk to you on the telephone. I don't know if you could hear his voice or not. And as your good friend George, he wants to talk to you. How about picking up the telephone? George. Lindberg, this is George. Pick up the telephone and talk with me. Negotiator, can you tell what they're arguing about? All right, if he is not wanting to pick up the phone right now, they are listening to the radio. George, this is Lindberg. Come on outside, can you do that? Tell him, Lindberg, come on outside and talk with me. George, Lindberg, come on out and talk with me. I want to talk to you. Negotiator, do it again. Tell Lindberg, pick up the telephone. George, Lindberg, pick up the telephone. This is George. He wants to talk with you. Negotiator, Lindberg, that is your good friend George. He is trying to get you to come to the telephone. He is standing here with the telephone in his hand. How about coming to the phone and talking to him? You know, you have always trusted George. How about talking to him on the telephone? Then I hope you realize it is about 5 o'clock in the morning and George has gotten up in the middle of the night to come over here and talk with you. The least you can do is come to the telephone a few feet and talk to him. He has come a couple of miles to talk to you. Say he is here to help you. I don't know if he wants any help or not. Yeah, you could hear the radio. Lindberg, you know George is an elderly person. Looks like you could show him a little bit of respect by at least coming to the telephone and talking to him. Okay, folks, that's gonna wrap up this episode here. A couple of things now on that Unitel system. I did try to notate so you would see it. The Unitel system mentioned in the Negotiators logbook is a system that's being used to record conversations between the negotiators and civilians in the command post. Also, they have a listening device that they borrowed from CBS television. That type of a parabolic mic that they're using to listen in to conversations inside the house. That's how they know that Lindberg and some of the followers are arguing. They can't necessarily tell what they're arguing about, but they know they're arguing. And also they can hear the radio broadcasted inside the house, so they know the radio battery's still good. Well, folks, we will be back in a day or two. We'll go back to the radio transmissions, see what's going on that end. I do appreciate y'all tuning in, folks. And we will see you down the road.